'Tis the season, and like any good Bitcoiner, you may be thinking about gifting those in your life that you love a bit of Bitcoin this holiday season. And that is why in today's video, we are going to be looking at a project that is hot off the press, and it is called Lightsats, which provides an excellent onboarding experience for bringing new users into Bitcoin. Let's jump in. Welcome back to another video. My name is Ian Major. I'm an entrepreneur, Bitcoin pleb, and all-around raging capitalist, and I'm excited to do today's video. Last year, I did one on Open Dimes, which is a great way to gift someone Bitcoin, almost like a physical bearer instrument. I will link that video if you are so curious to check it out. But as much as I love Open Dimes, I will say that the onboarding process there does leave a little bit to be desired. And so that is why I am excited to be taking a look at Lightsats. This is hot off the press, coming out of the Legends of Lightning tournament that just recently concluded. So we'll talk a little bit more about that, and we'll go through a demo of this process and show you how easy it is to gift or tip your loved ones some sats this holiday season. So you're not going to want to miss a thing. For those returning to the channel, welcome back, my friends. As always, it is a pleasure to have you. For those new to the channel, I welcome you as well. If you like this type of content, I invite you to consider subscribing and join us in our merry, growing gang in cyberspace. We just crossed the 4,000 subscribers mark, which is absolutely mind-blowing to me given my expectations when we started the channel. And so I thank each and every one of you for riding with me. I think it's been an awesome journey. I cover all manner of Bitcoin-related content, including a whole slew of tutorials, how to acquire Bitcoin, secure it, privacy best practices, running your own node, and more. With all that out of the way, let's go ahead and jump into the meat for today. All right, so just a quick bit of context on Lightsats. This is a relatively new project, and they ended up being the grand champion of the recent Legends of Lightning tournament. I covered the Legends of Lightning tournament in another video. I mean, this was an awesome global hackathon, basically. You had 72 different projects submitted along one of two tracks. And then you had a grand champion named that won a whole Bitcoin as grand champion, and that was Lightsats. So congratulations to the Lightsats team. And based on today, I think you will see why they were chosen. Those of us that have tried to orange pill individuals know all the common challenges, right? You kind of have to sit there and have them download an entire app and sort of coach them on the app and talk to them about Bitcoin, and right, it's a very in-depth thing. Or if you kind of point them in a certain direction, they may get lost, they may lose their sats. But at the same time, given all that has unfolded recently, we also don't want to just abandon people to the easiest custodial method possible. And so how can we provide a better onboarding experience to ensure that folks are taking custody of their sats, but are doing it in an efficient way and in an easy way that sort of eases them into it? And I think Lightsats has come up with a brilliant workflow that accomplishes just that. You can visit their website at lightsats.com. As you can see, orange pill the world around you, one tip at a time. And they've got some pretty cool features in this, as you will see in the demo in just a moment. There's a progress tracker, so you can actually see how those that you're trying to orange pill are progressing in their journey. You also have a bit of a leaderboard here, so, you know, or who can orange pill the most folks. So very, very cool stuff. Again, this is pretty early, so I do want to mention that as a just obligatory word of caution. But again, we're going to take a look today and see just what is up. So with all that context, let's go ahead and jump into the demo. All right, so here we are on lightsats.com, which of course I will link in the description down below. What I'm going to do is create the tip. So I'm going to be the tipper from my desktop computer here, and I am going to then use my mobile phone as if that was the recipient. So what we'll do is go ahead and hit create your first tip. And this is brilliant. Right off the bat, it lets you actually connect and authenticate through Lightning itself, which is very, very cool. Alternatively, of course, you can use a phone or email, but I love that they have made that very much secondary. And so if I hit click to connect, it should just pull up my Albi, and it does. All right, and so I am greeted with the following. So I'm allowing Lightsats to request approval for transactions and invoices as well. So let's go ahead and connect this up. Do you want to log into Lightsats? Yes, I do. So there you go. I am now in as an Anon user, connected through my Albi browser extension. By the way, Albi is super, super easy. You just go to getalbi.com if you want to do that. But again, as you saw, there were other methods by which you can sign up if you want. And so we've got our little dashboard here. We've got a handy guide. Let's maybe check out the contents there. So that's great. This will really be most useful for the recipient of the tip or gift. This will instruct them on how they can spend their Bitcoin, how they can earn some extra Bitcoin, how to save it long term with things like hardware wallets, how to send it, how to tip, etc., etc. So let's go ahead and create a new tip. So we'll create the tip. Okay, so let's do $1 tip. So you've got the sort of fiat currency that you're denominating this in. It's interesting. I don't see sats on here, but maybe I'm missing it. But in any case, that makes it easy for newbies to be able to send the right amount that they're thinking about as well. And so you can see the estimated fees here cover the outbound routing and infrastructure costs. That's fair enough. And you have this tip expiration. So this is the number of days until the tip returns back to you. That's very nice so that you don't have sats just sitting out there in the ether. But let's go ahead and create the tip. And so boom, now I've got this new tip. I can see this sort of status bar, and currently it is unfunded. So we will address that momentarily. We can also personalize the tip if we wish, or you can skip it, but let's go ahead and personalize the tip. And so we can choose things like the language. We can, give the recipient a name. Welcome to the Cyber Hornets, right? So you can add a nice little note. All that is great. Let's update the tip. And we can now see that I'm getting a request to approve. So let's go ahead and hit pay now. And there we have it. So I have now funded the tip with $1 worth of sats. And now I've got this QR code. So I can scan this, of course, or I can copy the URL, which if I post that, you'll see that it's just a regular web URL. So that makes it really nice, right? This is not an LN URL. So this just makes it so that anyone with a web browser can access where this is going to take them. So what I'm going to do is to scan the QR code on my phone, as you can see, and you'll see right away that my progress bar as the gifter has actually been updated. So it now says seen. It knows that the recipient has at least visited the page. So that's really nice to have that real-time updating. Now, for the recipient, you can see that the default method is actually a phone number in order to authenticate. But alternatively, you can use email or Lightning. So, let's just pretend like I'm an absolute newbie. I'll hit claim my funds. And it says check my phone. And indeed, I can see the Lightsats login. So I will go ahead and authenticate. And I am presented with this nice work. You've successfully claimed your tip. And I can see the update on the other screen where it says step 1 of 5 complete. So the recipient that I've sent this to has claimed it. So that's awesome. And I can read some of the details here. Your tip is ready to be withdrawn into your custody. If you don't withdraw your tip before it expires, it will be returned to, in this case, Anon. So let's get started on your Bitcoin journey. Next up, what is Bitcoin? Let's start the journey. Bitcoin is digital cash, digital currency that lets you send money directly to another person without using a bank, blah, 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 blah. So it's giving some context into what Bitcoin is. And it says to withdraw your Bitcoin, you'll first need a Bitcoin wallet. I can scroll to learn more anytime, anywhere. Bitcoin doesn't close on the weekends. Be your own bank. Bitcoin is deflationary. Bitcoin is freedom. Absolute scarcity. Bitcoin is not crypto, and pushing renewable energy. So a lot of great sort of quick FUD busters, if you will, or just quick facts to get someone quickly up to speed on some of the key points. And so next up, as we can see, is install a wallet. And so again, the progress bar is continuing to progress on my other dashboard. But as the recipient, I can now see you need to download a wallet in order to self-custody your Bitcoin. Self-custody of Bitcoin is like keeping your own house keys. Having the keys gives you direct access and control to your property and helps ensure that no one else can enter or access it without your permission. So we've got a little bit of context on Bitcoin itself, and now we're being guided towards a self-custody wallet. Breez is the recommended option. I think that is a pretty darn good option. By the way, I've done a whole video tutorial on Breez Wallet if you would like to check that out. But the cool thing about Breez is that it's non-custodial. They use turbo channels and other techniques to make it so that you can quickly receive Bitcoin over the Lightning Network. There are some other wallets that are supported. Not all of these are necessarily pure non-custodial, depending on how you use them. But that is nice. This is a good selection of wallets to see. And so with Breez, it gives me this install button. I should already have it installed. Oh, I've just got it backed up. So let's do this. And so now we've installed Breez Wallet. Next up is to withdraw. So we can hit continue. And it says ready to withdraw. Scan, tap, or copy the below link into your Bitcoin wallet to withdraw. So let's go ahead and copy, and it actually has this nice open in wallet feature. Let's see what happens. It says open in Breez. That is brilliant. I think on Apple it will default to the most recent app that you've downloaded, and we can go ahead and allow the paste and say that's all fine. And there we go. Lightsats withdrawal. 5,691 sats as expected. There is a setup fee. So this is Breez basically taking a fee in order to support what will be the inbound liquidity needed for us to immediately receive the sats. And so this can be a bit tricky and discouraging because there's actually a minimum, as you can see, of 2,000 sats. So it's not ideal when you're dealing with these tiny kind of amounts. But let's go ahead and redeem. And so again, there we go. Payment received. We can back that up later. All right, and so there you go. We've got the sats less the 2,000 sat fee. It is nice that they attach that to the transaction history, as you can see in the middle of the page. And again, just in case you're curious, the reason that was able to happen is we're basically using a zero confirmation channel or something called a turbo channel. That is what Breez uses. That is what Moon Wallet and others use, so that you don't have to wait for the channel opening transaction to get mined into a Bitcoin block and settle. And so just be aware of that. But that really kind of is the way it has to work for non-custodial wallets. Breez, Moon, Phoenix all use turbo channels in various ways. But nonetheless, there you have it. We've got our sats, and we can see that the full progress bar has been done. You did it. Your recipient has successfully withdrawn their sats. And I am now at 80th place on the leaderboard. So again, this is hot off the press, but I think that is a pretty slick workflow and a very cool interface. All right, and then furthermore, if I come back to the workflow, so come back out of Breez into my web browser, it says you did it. You are a proud new owner of a fraction of a Bitcoin. And it even has that guide that gets teed up. Next up, use Bitcoin. So I can continue. What would you like to do with your Bitcoin? Spend it, blah, 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 blah. So that is the guide that we were looking at earlier. So you'll love to see it. With all of that, let's go ahead and conclude today's video. All right, my friends, there you have it. So my expectations were reasonably high based on the demo video that I saw submitted as part of the tournament. And I am pleased to say that the actual experience followed through on that, very much so. And as you saw, that's a clean process, right? Very easy. I mean, this is something that just about anyone could kind of make it through, and it lets them sort of go at their own pace, which is very important. It provides that important kind of contextual information. So I love projects like this. I think Lightsats has done a really nice job, but I'm curious to hear, what are your thoughts? Do you think Lightsats is an improvement on other methods of onboarding and orange pilling newbies? Or are there other methods that you think are even better? Let me know in the comments down below. But I hope you found this valuable and insightful. If you did, you already know what to do. Give this video a like. Use the share feature underneath this video. That really does help get this content in front of more folks. And I really do think this is a powerful tool for all Bitcoiners to have in their arsenal. And if you were so enamored by this content and you want to donate to a pleb, it really does help me continue to make these videos. I will provide my Strike account and Lightning address in the final screen that you will see momentarily. I'm not positive yet whether I'll be releasing a video next week or not before Christmas. And so if not, I wish all of you a very happy holidays. Super pumped to continue to see the pace of building in Bitcoin and in Lightning in particular. For now, we'll go ahead and leave things here. As a reminder, my friends, every sat counts. And until next time, I'll see you then.